everybody and welcome to another video. Today we'll be installing the Repcord upgrade kit for the CR30 since the motors lack proper support. Full disclaimer, this is not a paid sponsorship. I purchased this upgrade kit with my own money and the opinions that you see here are my own. As always, do this mod at your own risk and I'm in no way responsible if any damages may occur. Before we begin, I wanted to mention that this video is based on the original Repcord installation video, and although it was jam-packed with useful information, I believe it would benefit from an instructional overhaul. For this reason, I will be including the link to the original video as well as the upgrade kit in the description below. So there's a couple main reasons why you may wish to undertake this modification. However, it's mainly to help prevent issues at long printing sessions. As mentioned in my review for this machine, this printer is better suited for production setting where it can be expected to run 24/7. For a small business, having a machine go down can cause expensive delays while replacement parts come in. The CR30 comes initially with two stepper motors which do not have proper supports and could potentially deform or break over time. Depending on the deformation of the D-shaft, you could also experience extra ringing on your 3D prints if it becomes bent to one side. This modification adds a support across the stepper motor D-shaft where the belts apply constant pressure. To start things off, we'll first remove the original stepper motors that came with the machine. These motors are attached with a 4mm hex screw and have 3 connection points. Making sure to unplug the original motors will completely remove the screws holding the mounting bracket in place so that only the tensioner remains. The tensioning screws only need to be loosened enough to remove the stepper motor. Make sure to place the screws in a safe location because we'll need them later on. Before we begin installing the new stepper motors, we first need to adjust the timing pulley to ensure it's roughly the correct height. This will also allow us to adjust the orientation of the stepper motors according to our preferences after we've attached the mounting brackets. From the upgrade kit, we'll remove the T-spring nuts and screw while making sure to place these in a safe location. You'll then need to loosen the 4 screws which are holding the stepper motor into the mounting bracket with a 2mm hex key. Take care when lifting the bracket away from the stepper motor so the screws don't fall out of place. You can then place the mounting bracket flat on the table while you work on attaching the spring T-nuts to the frame of the machine. I found that putting my tweezers in the slot was a great way of keeping the spring nut from falling down the T slot. In order to actually put the T-nut in, you can place the hex key through the hole to allow you to tilt it into place. The pliers will keep the T-nut from sliding down while you attach the mounting bracket with the provided screw, making sure the bracket is just tight enough to keep it in place while still allowing you to move it if necessary. You'll place the timing belt within the mounting bracket, making sure that they're opened over the hole for the stepper motor shaft. We can now begin adjusting the timing pulleys by loosening the small hex key screws holding them into their position. Using the original motors that came with the machine as a reference, you'll line these up and set them to the same height. You'll want to make sure that at least one of the screws is making full contact with the flattened portion. This will mean that the motor for the shorter height will need to be flipped upside down for a better connection. With the height properly set, you can now connect the motor to the mounting bracket while making sure the connector is either facing up or down and that the timing pulley is within the timing belt. With the screws for the motor tightened, you can then slide the assembly up towards the tensioning screw and begin tightening it just enough to get a small amount of tension. If it doesn't reach completely, the belt is most likely caught somewhere, so double check that it's correctly threaded through the entire path. You can now attach the final screw to hold the motor into place and begin adjusting the timing belt tension until both belts are adequately tightened. Make sure to fully tighten the T-nut once installed correctly by using a hex key which has a ball tip. Don't over tighten the belt, it should have just enough tension that there's enough resistance when you pinch it together. Both motors need to have approximately the same amount of tension to ensure a proper operation of the machine. The final stage is to adjust the steps per millimeter for the new motors. Go to the configuration, advanced settings, plus steps per millimeter, and adjust the steps for both the X and Y motors from 80 to 160 steps per millimeter. With this complete, you can now begin printing once again. So who is this mod for and when should someone consider doing this? Well, if you're in a production setting, then I would consider this a mandatory upgrade since it prevents issues before it begins. In this case, I would recommend that the user do this upgrade alongside the Bowden tube and tinned wire replacement. If you're a more casual user of this machine, then you could wait until a later date to upgrade the motors, since in most cases you won't be tied to a specific deadline. However, you do risk wasting materials and time should the motor shaft become deformed. Also, for those of you who actually want to use this video as a guide, keep in mind that I will be posting a transcript on my main website to make it easier to follow along. Alternatively, please feel free to slow down the video by hitting the gear icon on the bottom right hand corner of your screen to change the speed settings. If you want to support this channel, please feel free to check out some of the merch on my website. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you and take care.